Okay, so this is just a quick little guide to kind of help you out. I know I'm not here today, so I thought I'd record how we would do a couple of these. This worksheet is to teach you how to use that product and sums chart on that bright piece of paper that we were working on. It's so important to have a complete list. If you don't have a complete list, that could be very devastating. So we want to make sure that this whole product and sums chart is completed. So make sure that you get that finished. If you haven't finished it, maybe you can kind of finish it as you go. So have that green sheet out, and here's how you would use it. So if you look at this area right here, that's kind of telling you what you put in those boxes. So I gave you the boxes for the first three, but you're going to continue your own boxes. It really doesn't have to be a box. You're just saying what multiplies to give me this and adds to give me that. So it's like a little riddle. And it says in the directions, find the two numbers that multiply to give you the product, that's A times C, and add to give you the sum. So when we talk about this A, C, and B, we are talking about a trinomial in standard form that looks like this. So I think most of these are in standard form, but just be careful. If there's one switched around, you need to fix it, because the A value is always in front of the squared term. The B value is always in front of the X term, or to the first, and then the C value is always the constant. Okay, so in this chart, so this is all you have to do for the rest of them. You can just write something like that. You don't have to make the complete box. So let's look at number one. Number one, I have on here that we're looking, there's a 1 out in front here, so that's your A value. Your A value is 1, your B value is +4, and your C value is +3. Okay, so it says up here that for the multiply number, we're looking for A times C. So I'm going to take this number out in front here and multiply it by this number here, and you get 3. 1 times 3 is 3. The add number is just the B value. Make sure you take the signs with these things. So my B value is 4. So this becomes the riddle, and this is going to help us when I come back how to factor these things. Okay, we haven't factored trinomials yet. It has a lot to do with this little product and sums chart. So do this part, and the next part of factoring will be a cinch. So now you're going to go to your product sums table, and you're going to look for this number in the box. Okay, that would be the number up here. That's the product, right? And that's what we did there. We multiplied. And then the sums were here. So I'm going to write it down here because I don't have my sheet in front of me, but you should have, for all the different products of 3, you'd have 1 and 3. You'd have -1 and -3. You'd have, and that's it. Those are the only two numbers. 2 doesn't go into it, and we already have 1 and 3. We have to include both the positive and the negative factors. And so when I add these two numbers up, you should have a sum of 4 here. And when these are added up, there should be a sum of -4. So that's off of that green chart. So this number right here, you find here. And then you're looking for what two numbers give me +4 here. So that's kind of how you use the chart. So you locate the number in the box, then you locate the number as the sum, and then your answer are these two numbers. So it's +1 and +3 is your answer here. Now we didn't factor yet, but that's going to help us factor later on. Okay, let's go over number 3 because number 2 is all written all over. So for number 3 over here, I'll do one more with you guys just to kind of go through it. So there's a 1 out in front here. If there's any other number, you multiply it. Okay, so, and I just loop them, then I remember it. So 1 times 2 is 2. This time, the B value is -3. So you're going to go to your sums and products chart on your green sheet. You're going to locate 2 on your green sheet. Underneath 2, there's really just a small list of 1 and 2 and -1 and -2, but your lists get bigger as the numbers get bigger. Your sums that would have been already listed are 3 and -3. So you're not doing that work on this worksheet. That's already done. You're using this green sheet. So this number right here is what we found in the box. And then this number I'm trying to find in that sum. Now, if you can't find it, then you did something wrong. I didn't try to trick you here. All of these have two numbers. So either you have an incomplete list or a wrong list. So check it maybe with a friend. So this would be -1 and -2. So all you're doing is listing the two numbers. that sort of fit this riddle. What two numbers multiply to give you positive 2, but also add to give you negative 3? There's 2 parts to the riddle. Okay, so complete this. Make sure you have your product and sums charts complete. And the next sections of this chapter will be a breeze. Good luck.